everybody, it's Brent Central Arkansas. We're going to do another grow. This is going to be to maximize harvest weight and create a big, beautiful grow. I've done it with a couple others in the past, and we're going to give it a try. This is red Russian kale. It's not quite as aggressive as a lot of others, so I'm looking forward to trying to maximize it. First thing we're going to do is spray the top of the medium-sized screen. Okay, there you go. That is 85 grams. That's right, that is a lot. And that's because we need to maximize it, or I want to try it anyway. And so I've laid it out there as evenly as I could, shaking it out like I've done many times in the past, and I hit it with the super antifungal again. That should start the germination process. Next thing I'm going to do, I'll do it right now, is put in my cover. This is a weighted cover. It's right at 3 pounds, and that will apply pressure on the seed to help it set roots, and it'll also help remove holes because the plants, as they try to fight against it, the weight, it's going to push the holes off. I've seen it many, many times. Oh yeah, it's starting to sprout. Alright, we're done until tomorrow. Same thing today, I did it already. Dome off, cover off, spray, put it back. Kale's looking really good. Great germination, great spread. Hit it with antifungal. Super. I also wanted to show you how the seeds are starting to come off onto the cover, which is what we wanted to do. Help remove some of the fodder that falls down. The top of the cover is even with the top of the tray. When it's about this size, that's when you take the cover off completely. We're going to keep them in the dark. We're going to put the blackout dome back on, which is right here, and we're going to keep them on there for a few more days. But right now this is looking ideal. This kale is looking gorgeous. So a couple more days. We want it to get about typically an inch or so above. I may go to 2 inches for this particular grow because I'm trying to maximize, so we'll see how that goes, but I'll keep you informed. And also, I'm not spraying anymore. No more antifungal whatsoever. This is the super antifungal that I've been using, but the plants are at a point now where they don't need it. Still not quite tall enough. Kale is looking great. It's time to take the dome off. Kale is looking really good, and at this stage the cotyledons are starting to spread. They're still quite small, but you can start doing this number, and that'll help with any seeds, and it'll help kind of spread the cotyledons a little bit, the plants away from each other, so that they can start filling in nicer. And when I come in every day, I see that the cotyledons are still quite small, but they're beginning to spread, and that closes a gap, essentially making like a flat plane. And what I do, because the micros are longer, is I come and I rub them like this. If there's any extra seeds on them, just a light rub. By the way, it feels great. It's an odd thing to say, I know, but if you grow them, you'll know what I'm talking about. Petting my micros. Anyway, I rub it like that, and then I just kind of pull them a little bit off the sides like that. And what this does is it exposes the microgreens that may be a little under the canopy, the closed off canopy of cotyledons, and allows others to start to expand. And once they start to expand and they get light, they have solidified their place. And what that does is it causes the whole grow to manipulate outside the boundaries of the 10-20 tray. And that's one of the secrets to getting a heavy harvest, not to mention big beautiful cotyledons. So I do this, and right now basically it's just a visual of the top, and I also look in the tray below, and that's pretty much it. It's real quick. See how the cotyledon leaves kind of create a flat surface? They're all trying to find light. So let's encourage some of the growth underneath to find some light as well by kind of stretching it over like so. And by tomorrow that'll all be closed up too, probably. Quick word about harvesting the kale. You could do it, you could have done it 2 days ago. You can do it now. There's no specific time to harvest. It's preference. It's preference. In fact, if you look at the book version of Red Russian Kale, I grew it to the first true leaf, that really frilly first leaf, and it was awesome. I'm not going to do it this grow. I'm not going to grow it that long, but I also don't want the smaller cotyledon leaves. So I want to give the nutrient time, now that it's under light, to grow those cotyledons bigger. That will also add to the harvest weight. Kale filled in all the blanks, if you will, from yesterday when I scrubbed it, or a few seconds ago for you guys. So I'm going to do it again. Just do this. I can tell you the cotyledons are looking really good now, though. They're getting nice and big, which is what I want. So we'll come back tomorrow. Set the kale grow up on the grill side here so you can get a look at it, what it looks like, how much is hanging off the side, what it looks like on top at harvest day. We'll take a pan back so you can see an overall look, and I'll bring you in and show you what the roots look like. Very nice looking roots. Very nice. Alright, we need to get to harvesting. Alright everybody, I'm out here on my deck and I'm going to harvest the Red Russian Kale for you. I'm going to do it like I typically do it. I'm going to pull the screen out, I'm going to put the microgreens in here, and I'll put the waste in the bottom tray. So let's first do that. Let me take the microgreens out. Over here. Now I'm going to take the carpet of microgreens and set it down on the table, and then I'll use scissors and cut it all off. Now I'm going to speed you up here so you don't have to watch me do all this. I just wanted to, I've got the mat here now. I'm going to bring it up to you, to the camera, and show you what it looks like. It gets so dense, it's really kind of hard to see if there's anything wrong with it. And I mean, I can see there's nothing wrong with it, but I can't tell if you will be able to. So I'll bring it up and go slowly across the mat. This is incredibly dense. For personal use, I don't think I'd do that. Do it this dense every time. But if I'm going to sell them, this is what I would do. Maximize it. So there's the front side. So it looks like a carpet, doesn't it? There's the back side. The roots are already starting to turn a little bit darker. So let me go back over there and show you how easy it is to get it off the screen. So just take your fingertips, scrape across just like that. And once you do that across all the front, you go across the back here and the roots come right off. So I can do a little bit more of it for you. I would do it quicker and what have you. Now these screens aren't quite as tough as the PVC coated polyester, so you want to do it a little more methodically and try not to damage them too much. I haven't damaged a medium size, but I have damaged the small one from getting too aggressive and whacking it on something. So I don't recommend whacking these anymore. So there you go. I will finish this up and get it ready for the next grow. That's pretty much what it looks like. So anyway, let's get in there and get a weight on it. I almost forgot to show you guys the screen and the mesh tray up close, because this is very important for people who want to see if there's any kind of nastiness, because no one wants to put nastiness in their body. So there's the mesh tray. And this is the screen. After I use my fingertips, I'm going to show you quickly how I clean it too. So okay, let me start off by spraying these. There's a setting on here that I like pretty good. That's it. It's kind of like a mix between a shower and a stream. That's good enough. It's not completely clean, but what I'll do now is take it in the house and I'll rub a nylon scrubber. You ever seen those sponges that have foam, sponge on one side, nylon on the other? Well, that's what I use, and just rub it across that. Does wonders, takes it right off. That's it. Now let's go weigh. This is my typical weigh-in, and what I've got here is my scale. I've got a cup here that I use to elevate the microgreens, because if I didn't, then the tubs here would cover the screen. I wouldn't be able to see it. So first thing we need to do is turn it on. Set it to, yep, it's on grams. We're going to add a cup and an empty tub that's just like the one that the microgreens are in, and we're going to zero it out. That way, whenever I take this tub off, and make sure you're in here, whenever I take this one off, the weight is nothing but microgreens. Okay, so we're zeroed out. Get it to balance on there. There we go. That is 1,230 grams. Let's see what that is in ounces. It's 43.4 ounces. are 2.7 pounds. That's pretty good. And I like that weight. That's a good weight, a good harvest.